Hi there, welcome to our session on Rethinking Health and Healing. Modern healthcare has evolved into a transactional system that focuses on diagnosing and treating your symptoms, often neglecting you as a whole person. Yet, true healing involves more than just medical intervention. It's a lifelong journey of balancing the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual dimensions of your health. This approach calls for a shift away from dependency on external systems and toward a more collaborative and integrative model that empowers you as an active participant in your own healing. Health is not just the absence of disease. It's the presence of vitality, connection, and purpose. Daily choices, your mindset, the environment you live in, and inner practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-compassion play crucial roles in shaping your long-term wellness. Change your approach to health as the ability to live fully and meaningfully, and to start healing not as a destination, but an ongoing process of embracing your own wholeness. So modern healthcare, despite its extraordinary technological advances and life-saving capabilities, functions within this transactional framework. In this model, you as the patient present symptoms, the provider, the doctor, offers a diagnosis, and treatment is prescribed, typically in the form of medication, procedures, referrals. While this system really excels in emergencies and acute conditions, it overlooks the complexity and individuality of each person's lived experience. That's you and me. Health becomes something that's administered from the outside in rather than cultivated from the inside out. This transactional approach leaves you feeling passive and disconnected from your own healing process, reducing wellness to a checklist of medical interventions rather than a holistic state of well-being. Realize that true health is not something that is bought, prescribed, or outsourced. It's a dynamic and deeply personal state of being that encompasses physical vitality, emotional resilience, mental clarity, and spiritual peace. Healing in its most profound form involves addressing not just the symptoms, but the root causes. These root causes are often found in lifestyle, past traumas, current beliefs, and disconnections. When you place all your trust in external systems, you neglect your own inner wisdom and the healing potential that exists within yourself. Recognize that the most meaningful and lasting healing comes from within, with a shift in perspective from seeking these quick fixes to cultivating daily practices of self-awareness, intentionality, and inner alignment. It's way past time to fundamentally rethink our healthcare system and what we truly mean by health. The transactional model we've discussed certainly played a critical role and is needed in advancing emergency care, surgical procedures, and the management of acute crisis conditions. In life-threatening situations, its precision and speed is life-saving. However, when it comes to preventing illness, managing ongoing chronic conditions, or fostering long-term well-being, the model falls short. It was never designed to support the whole person or cultivate emotional and psychological and lifestyle factors that contribute to sustaining our health, but a more integrative path and approach forward, one that combines the strengths of conventional medicine with the wisdom of holistic practices is where we are heading and what we need. This model doesn't reject science. Instead, it broadens the scope of care to include daily practices such as nutrition, movement, whether we do or don't, stress management, emotional support, spirituality, community connection, how we live our daily lives. It views us as a whole person rather than a collection of symptoms. And it values the healing potential of relationships, purpose in our inner life. In this emerging model, healthcare providers become our guides and collaborators rather than the sole authority on our health, encouraging us to be curious, informed, and, proactive about our health. By embracing this more collaborative approach, we all are empowered to take an active role in our healing process. Making lifestyle changes, exploring root causes, and developing self-awareness and resilience is the way forward. This shift not only improves our individual health outcomes, but also reduces the burden on overwhelmed medical systems. It fosters a culture where our health, is not something we wait to lose and then try again. It's something we actively cultivate every day. And we use the guidance of trusted professionals combined with the power of our own informed choices. So we look at our health as wholeness, all of us, not just the absence of disease, not just the management of symptoms, but this dynamic and ever evolving balance of our mind, our emotions, our spirit, our physical health. True well-being comes when all of these aspects are in harmony and when we feel connected to ourselves, our purpose, our environment. We take a broader view that includes the capacity to experience joy, face challenges with equanimity, and maintain inner peace amidst all the stress that's around us. It invites us to see ourselves not as separate parts that need to be fixed, but as whole beings with the power to influence our own state of wellness through intentional living. Key to this integrated view of health are practices that support our inner balance and self-awareness. Mindfulness, meditation, emotional intelligence, these things help us navigate our lives with greater clarity, compassion, and calm. They reduce the harmful effects of stress and increase our ability to self-regulate and foster deeper connections with our inner world. Resilience, the strength to recover from setbacks, learn from the pain, and keep moving forward. So healing is not just something that happens in a healthcare provider's office alone. The most important thing to take away is that it's a continuous practice, the way we live our lives through daily choices and commitments to inner growth. What we're talking about here is not some pie-in-the-sky thing. Modern science has increasingly validated what ancient healing traditions have known for centuries. The mind and the body are deeply interconnected. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our emotions don't just reside in the background of our lives. They actively shape our physiology, the way our body works. Chronic stress, for instance, weakens our immune systems. It can disrupt digestion and contribute to heart disease. Unresolved traumas from the past linger in the nervous system, create patterns of tension and reactivity that impact every aspect of our health. Negative self-talk and persistent fear or anger disrupt our hormonal balance, elevate inflammation, and interfere with cellular repair. In short, our inner world profoundly influences our outer experiences of health. But fortunately, the same connection that allows emotional distress to create physical strain also allows emotional healing to support physical recovery. Practices such as we describe meditation, visualization, journaling each day, help to regulate the nervous system and reduce stress hormones that create a sense of inner calm, and this inner calm supports healing. These practices encourage our own self-awareness, allowing us to recognize and shift these unhelpful thought patterns and access deep layers of emotion. fostering more compassionate relationships, not only with others, but with ourselves. Tools like forgiveness and self-compassion are not optional extras for the spiritually inclined. They are powerful, evidence-based practices that have been proven to promote emotional resilience and physical well-being. Our own inner stillness, whether found through meditation, through prayer, through mindful presence, activates the body's parasympathetic system, which is the rest and repair response, giving our body the ability to heal naturally. Cultivate these inner tools. Not only enhance your capacity for healing, but create a more meaning and empowered experience of health. One rooted not just in biology, but in our own consciousness and in our own choices. So yes, the healing unfolds not so much through dramatic interventions, but through the quiet power of our own small, inconsistent practices. Yes, modern medicine offers the relief we need in acute situations. We've said that, we know that. But long-term well-being is built gradually, day by day, nourishing the body with whole nutritious foods, regular movement, whether it's walking, stretching, dancing, yoga, keeps our body agile and improves circulation, also supports mental clarity. Restful, restorative sleep allows our body to repair itself every night. It also plays a crucial role in immune function, memory, and emotional regulation. And equally important are the subtle everyday choices we make around stress management, emotional care. How often do we reach for that cookie? Taking a few minutes each day to pause, breathe deeply, engage in mindfulness, shifts the nervous system from a state of chronic tension to one of relaxation and healing. These simple routines, create a foundation for emotional stability and self-awareness that allows you to more respond rather than react to the challenges. Over time, just like exercise builds muscles, these practices do more than just prevent illness. They cultivate inner balance and deepen our spiritual connection, reminding us that health is not just a destination, but an evolving relationship with ourselves. So remember, simple practices can produce profound results. And as we wind up here, it's important to know that this wholeness, this healing, is a journey. It's not a destination. It's not a fixed state. Life will always present challenges, and this healing path that we're all on involves integrating the experiences we've discussed rather than avoid them. Each little step, however small, toward inner alignment is a step towards health. It's about learning to live fully rather than simply avoiding disease. Reimagine a vision. Success is not measured by lab results or absence of symptoms, but how we engage each day. It's the ability to feel joy. It's the ability to live with meaning, have a purpose. By shifting our focus away from the symptom management to aligning with our inner selves, we discover what it truly means to thrive and to live.